My name is Scott Tucker. Since 2004, I have traveled the globe in search of adventure, culture, and wildlife. And after producing 100 short documentaries and broadcasting them across the entire U.S., it's finally dawned on me. This must be too good for mainstream media. I don't take vacations. This is not a hobby. We are totally out of the box. I was 52 by the time I made it to Africa. Talk about being stuck in a box. What took me so long? I had the money, I had the desire, I had the courage too. So why did it take me over 50 years to make it to Africa? I suppose the answers really start to add up. And they all filter back down to one particular root reason. And it's fear. Fear of contracting Ebola. The fear of having to face the genocide that occurred. The fear of internal wars. The fear of piracy. The fear of getting all the shots required. The fear of dangerous wildlife. The fear of food-borne illnesses. The fear of mosquitoes and the diseases they carry. The fear of the medical care required to take care of yourself while you're there. It just goes on and on. The next day, I awake in some sort of a fantasy land. It's like a dream world, except this is real. These are real people. "24 hours of travel finally lands me in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. The streets are teeming with people, motorcycles, human beings acting as produce carriers. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. This has got to be what they mean when they talk about culture shock. I left the United States and entered into a bicycle mecca.
So far, we've had a very tough start. Almost missed the connecting flight in Istanbul, Turkey. My luggage was left behind, did not make the second plane. So I'm without sunblock and a hat and my serious hiking boots, but I think we'll make do with what we got. The bank card doesn't work, so we gotta find a way to get some cash, and then the GoPro's gone missing. All of a sudden I look up, in a tree there's a gigantic, could you push up a little bit more? There's a gigantic baboon. I've never seen a baboon in the wild. Right there. My first baboon in the wild, I know. Chris must think I'm crazy. We're gonna see a million of them, but I've never seen anything like this. This region is special because it has been protected for so long. The primates have found balance here. They can exist, and the humans can exist outside this area where they're protected, so everybody has a piece of the pie.
The beings.
Oh. Oh.
You see how
Could you hit the wiper? Could you hit the wipers? Thank you.
See with that baby. They are not running now. They are using it to us.
Oh. Oh. That animal was less than 10 feet away. Male, female, and the young. We've got another one right here.
There are very many here.
Oh my gosh, okay, so, oh. You freaking
They are very happy to be in their natural habitat, and we are also happy to live with them.
Part of me does not want to show you some of these images. I want you to come here. I want you to come to Africa. Come to Uganda. Meet Chris. Meet his family. Meet the people here, the culture. I think sometimes people end up living their lives looking at shows like this on television rather than going and doing. I'll take the African massage for you this time, but I want you to come and see this yourself. That's the only deal I'm going to make with you. You need to come. We are crossing the equator. It doesn't get any hotter than this. Oh my God.
Because I have been living with these animals in this jungle, I can go and touch them and no problem.
Really?
As well as the gorillas.
Really?
I've spent most of my time in the jungle conserving and doing ecological research on these critical endangered animals, more especially the gorillas, the chimpanzees, not forgetting this savanna life and aquatic life within this Queen Elizabeth National Park.
Antelope. Just grazing right here at Queen Elizabeth. Antelope. This is insane.
This antelope is very special here, and for it is very lucky because lions cannot simply play with it. It has an acid and alimentative smell within their bodies. Whenever there is something that scares it, whenever it gets scared, then it poisons itself so that nobody can eat it. So for it is very safe. Lions cannot dare play with it.
You're on a journey through the savannah of Uganda like you've never seen before. Expedition Earth. Stick with us. Coming from a family of road builders, I can instantly see how the infrastructure here is eons away from what we know. Still just 24 hours of setting foot on Ugandan soil, I am culture shocked to the core. Hillside after hillside, minute by minute, hour by hour, the same scene played out over and over again. Farmers transporting goods on their backs. Women, men, children transporting their goods using bicycles. Produce carried on top of their heads. Even as we enter this makeshift city, it became clear the current state of technology was almost 100 years behind what we currently see in our own cities here in the U.S. No pavement, no sidewalks, no traffic signals, no drainage systems, minimal electricity, minimal running water. It's like I've gone back in time. Life here in Uganda is all about bananas, tea, potatoes. Nobody's standing around, watching and waiting. They're all busy. And the hills are cultivated, farms upon farms.
At this point, we have been driving for about an hour on another African massage, aka extremely bumpy road. There are pedestrians walking on the road at such high numbers. It's just shocking. We're out in the middle of nowhere, and there's people constantly walking on this very narrow road that's probably, on a good day, a place to get a flat tire. We just pulled off in a extremely remote area on this road to nowhere in the middle of the night, and Chris has gone down to buy something, not sure what. We've got the flashers on. We're kind of in the middle of the road. I hear goats. I hear babies. It's just another planet. I was about to jump out of the car and go take a piss, and then I realized that I can't really see. It's probably not a good idea to get out of the car. Extremely unusual. I gotta piss every couple hours, which I normally never have to do. I think it's the medication. The malaria medication is playing games with me. I think it's got some sort of a diuretic.
I'm delirious, but we finally made it to the destination. Tomorrow we go out and track chimps. I'm on time for breakfast. Of course, nobody else is. This morning we're going to go into a chimpanzee camp. Actually track chimpanzees in the wild. If you're just joining us, my name is Scott Tucker. and I'm on a mission to create this documentary about primates in Uganda. I'm led by my faithful guide Chris of Gorilla Trek Africa, deep into the heart and soul of the Congo region. Only one problem. I don't have any of my luggage yet. I'm missing my boots. I have no tripod. And I'm getting a little freaked out since I really could use that stuff today. Anybody that does primate research, anybody that works with these creatures, knows that you've got to have the right kind of boots, or you will be slaughtered by the insects, especially the ants.
Today we needed to dress up very well in order to make our trip more successful, because in this forest we have safari ants, we have stinking nettles, and we also some mud. And we needed to dress up with hiking shoes, long socks and long pants, because we needed to tuck in. If you don't tuck in, that means you may get a problem of safari ants. And for them, they are very clever. They can hike you slowly, and when they get into your sensitive parts, and now they start biting you, and you find that you are forced to dance our traditional dance without a hand clap and a drum beater.
$20 later for a pair of rental boots, and after a quick orientation, we're on the road going deeper into the jungle.
We're gonna start from...
The guns are there for protection against an attack from elephants, which we are really not even supposed to see on this trip. But it's the dry season, and you never know what you're gonna see. Chimpanzees are primates. They're a lot like us. They don't want to rustle around for food in the heat of the afternoon. They're down on the ground early, looking for food. We haven't been out of the car for 2 seconds. We've got elephants.
Huh? It's a big family. It's moving. It's moving. It's there, going down. I think they are going to cross because they can't be where they think so.
Africano is our guide, and he is insisting there is a family of elephants up ahead. I can't see a damn thing. Here comes the elephants.
It's from that position. Okay. I see them still moving. Second one. Third one.
The chimps are very excited.
They are more coming. That's a big one. The boss.
We are surrounded by chimpanzees, but so far I haven't seen a single one.
This is chimpanzee as well?
Chimpanzees call codes, and we are only able to interpret 30 codes.
Okay.
So the 22 we don't know what they mean, but those ones are food codes.
Okay.
They are happy to go up and begin their feeding on your breakfast.
That's the fruit right there.
Yeah, so this is the Chrysophyllum albinum fruit, where the chimps will always, it is a little bit hard, so the chimps will always open. So they will first sap this. It is sweet. They first take this, then later they open and eat the fleshy part and drop out the bark. But they like the one which has gone through the digestion system of the elephant. Reason that it is like cooked fruit. It is more soft. Yeah. So that's why they always move following the track of the elephants, targeting food. Thanks for the observation. We can.
We go closer.
We went up for food. One of the social chimpanzees is a friendly chimp.
And you know that because
You
he's
know
not
him?
scared. What's his name?
The one coming,
Yeah.
his name is Mr. Black.
Oh.
Rukara. Call him Rukara. He's displaying. And the second turning shortcut to NG5. Waramatanga. Oh, I'm coming. So you see, he still has a brown face. That's an indication that he's still a teenager. Whenever they are born with a brown face. So when it turns to that age, then they turn to black. But for Mr. Black, for him, he was a unique individual. He was born black. Babies are always born brown, but for him, he was born black. So we called him Rukara, and shortly means black. So we called him Mr. Black. And he's about 25 years old. And 25 years old is middle age because the average age of the chimps is up to 50 years.
At this point, we left the main roadway and we are bushwhacking our way into the jungle. And the chimps are everywhere. They're above us. They're in front of us. They're behind us. They're on the sides of us. There's got to be about 40 of them. Is that avocado? Avocado?
Avocado?
Yeah, it looks like it. We just stepped on one.
I would say the forest fruit.
Forest fruit.
It's in the family of the avocado.
Yes, looks like it. Yeah.
It's the forest fruit.
Okay.
It's called the monodola.
Monodola.
Monodola, yeah. Fruit. He made go up. So this is still time for. There's one still more on ground. Oh, the president of the group. That's the alpha male. You scared? So that's the.
Like silver on his.
Yeah, he's the big boss. He's the leader of the 120 chimps.
That's the leader.
Yeah, and his name is called the Magezi. And Magezi may mean wisdom. And he's about 41 years old. Yeah, he's the strongest male in the group.
He climbed just with one arm.
Yeah, he has a problem. Last week they had a fight, so he had quite a wound on his left arm. That's why he's holding it like this. But hoping it will be fine with him.
Alpha male.
Yeah, alpha male. The leader.
Okay, we've got a little explaining to do. At some point, you've got to ask yourself, why are these chimpanzees allowing us to be in and amongst their group? Well, they have been habitualized over probably a 30 or 40 year period. Humans went into the jungles, pretended to be chimpanzees. They ate their foods or pretended to eat them, acted like them, eventually won their trust, and now we are able to bring groups in and study the behaviors.
They mainly go out, during daytime they mainly go up for feeding, and that's only when the weather is dry. When it is not raining, they always feed, then come and relax from the ground. But if it is raining, that the ground is wet, they prefer staying up in trees. Yeah, they don't like wet grounds. So like us humans, when it rains, you go indoors, you go in the house. Running, shaking the stick so that in case of any bees, they drop, then later he starts licking on the honey. Then we have seen them sometimes eat on dry wood for fiber and the calcium. Then sometimes eat on red soil for zinc and iron as minerals from that. They can eat caterpillars, termites, ants. So they almost eat everything.
And they get most of their water from their food, or they have to?
Yeah, much of the water is got from the fruits,
Okay.
because most of the fruits are juicy.
Yeah.
But we have seen them once in a while drink directly from the rivers and the streams that we have in the forest.
If you would be so kind to hold that thought. Before we go any further, I think we're overdue for a bit of a geography lesson. Step 2, fly direct from Turkey, southward. Where in God's name am I, anyways? Into the heart of the Congo. How did I get here? Let's do a little backtracking. Rwanda. Every good journey began. I made my connection with Chris. Mine started on Bunkertown Road and we drove in Madison, Connecticut. Hours north into Uganda, where I landed in this amazing chimpanzee camp. Thanks to the good we are today, Gorilla Trek Africa. The flight plan was pretty simple. Step 1, drive to JFK in New York and jump on a plane direct to Istanbul, Turkey, where, thanks to my own incompetence, I booked a connecting flight that was way too close for comfort, and I almost missed my connection. I swear to God, I almost had a heart attack running through the airport. Now that you know where I am and how I got here in the first place, it's time to skip ahead and show you why I really came to the Congo in the first place. As if you could go any deeper into the jungle from where I am with the chimps. I actually did. But this time, I'm on a mission to achieve a lifelong dream. To encounter mountain gorillas face to face in the wild. The most revered primates on the planet. But the rainy season is fast approaching. All we need is one torrential downpour, and access into the jungle is nearly impossible. I will have missed my chance. As if that wasn't enough, only 200 miles east is one of the most destructive volcanoes in African history. It's called Nyiragongo. And once again, Chris and my friends from Gorilla Trek Africa have found me a connection to a brave guide that claims he will lead me to the rim of the volcano in a chance at another lifelong dream. This time, to capture footage of the heart and soul of an active volcano. There's just one problem. It's in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a place the CIA warns U.S. citizens not to go. This is Expedition Earth. Stick with us.